All right, so OpenAI just dropped something pretty big, GPT 5.1. The whole point of this update is to make ChatGPT feel less like a robot and more like a person you're actually having a conversation with. So let's break down what that really means.
You know that feeling, right? You use an AI, it's incredibly smart, it can write code, it can analyze data, but the second you try to have a normal conversation, it just feels, well, stiff. A little clunky, kinda emotionally disconnected. It gets the facts right, but it totally misses the vibe. Well, that's exactly the problem OpenAI is going after with this new release. GPT 5.1 isn't just another jump in raw intelligence. No, this is a very focused push to improve the quality and the actual feel of the conversation, to make it all a lot more natural.
So, let's officially meet GPT 5.1. Its mission is kind of twofold. Yeah, make the AI smarter, but just as important, make it a better conversational partner. And this isn't just some small patch or a minor tweak. Nope. This whole upgrade is actually powered by two completely new, distinct models that are working together to make this all happen. First, you've got GPT 5.1 Instant. This is going to be your new workhorse for everyday chats. Then there's GPT 5.1 Thinking, which is for that heavy-duty, complex reasoning. And here's the best part. You don't even have to pick. A new auto mode acts like a smart traffic cop, automatically sending your question to the right model for the job. Pretty cool.
Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into these two new brains, Instant and Thinking, because this is where you can really see the massive shift in both personality and what these things can actually do.
First up, Instant. You can think of this as your new go-to model for all the day-to-day stuff. The huge change here, according to OpenAI, is that its default personality is just warmer. It's more conversational, right out of the box, no special prompting needed.
And wow, this example says it all, doesn't it? The old model gives you this correct but super clinical list. GPT 5.1 Instant, though, it's personal, it's empathetic. It starts with, "I've got you, Ron." It feels like it's actually listening to you. That is a huge difference. But it's not just about getting the tone right. It's also about, actually doing what you ask it to do. Look at this test. Always respond with 6 words. The old model agrees, and then immediately writes a whole paragraph. Classic. But GPT 5.1 Instant, it nails it every single time. It's not just friendlier, it's way more reliable.
All right, now for the other half of this dynamic duo, GPT 5.1 Thinking. This is still the absolute powerhouse for complex problems, but it's been completely overhauled to be faster, more persistent, and just way more approachable.
Just look at how it handles something complex. Ask about some advanced baseball stats, and the old model hits you with a wall of formulas. It's like a math textbook. The new thinking model, though, it starts with "nice nerd stat time," explains it all in plain English, and even gives you a TLDR. It's just as smart, but now you can actually understand it.
Okay, this next one, this might be the most powerful example of the whole update. A user is freaking out because they spilled coffee before a big meeting. The old GPT-5 is supportive, sure, but it's a little formulaic. It even suggests a practical kit. But GPT 5.1 Thinking is on a whole other level. It leads with pure reassurance. Hey, no, they didn't. And then it coaches the person through their anxiety, reframing the whole thing as humanizing. The potential for this? From coaching to support, it's just incredible. So, we've seen that the models themselves are way more conversational right out of the gate. But that's not all. OpenAI is also handing us the keys, giving us more direct control to shape the AI's personality. The personality presets are getting a major refresh, so listener and robot are out, replaced by the much clearer, friendly, and efficient. And we're getting 3 brand new options: professional, candid, and quirky. This just makes it so much easier to dial in the exact tone you need for whatever you're doing.
And this quote from OpenAI really gets to the heart of what they're trying to do here. They want customizing the AI to feel natural and easy, not like some chore you have to go dig for in a settings menu.
And check this out, they're also adding something called proactive tuning. Basically, if the AI notices that you're always asking for your answers in, say, concise, bulleted lists, it'll just pop up and offer to make that your new default setting. It learns your style and helps you save it with a single click. Okay, so the models are smarter, they're more empathetic, and we have more control than ever. The big question is, when can you actually get your hands on all this? All right, here's the rollout plan. It actually starts today, kicking off with paid subscribers and then moving on to free users soon after. For all you developers out there, you'll get API access later this week. And for anyone who wants to do their own comparisons, OpenAI is keeping the old GPT-5 models around for paid users for the next 3 months, so you can really see the difference for yourself.
You know, this whole update feels like a major step towards an AI that gets our intent, not just our words. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. As AI gets better and better at speaking our language, not just logically, but emotionally, how is that going to change the way we speak to it? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.